Greetings men, greetings women, welcome to my humble domain. It's what you see is what you get. This is the interior of a survival retreat cabin that I built with my own two hands. And please apologies for the pink decor, it's all I could get the insulation in. However, I am doing my darndest to get it encapsulated with a good old sheetrock. That's not what I'm talking about today. Today is a bit of a video response to a Professor Yehudi who has basically been making anti-white noises, and I'm about to make a counter video to this anti-white BS that he's been waffling about. This professor has stated that not only is it a good thing that Islam is flooding in to Europe, he also said, and this is where he gets even more fucking anti-white, he also said it's a good thing for Jews in general that the Europe is receiving this. And you know, it's not so long ago that fucking Israeli rabbi made similar noises. I made a previous video about that. And so it's almost like that once one of them says something a bit bold, the chutzpah, you know, once their little chutzpah fucking turbocharger starts spooling up, another fucking idiot comes out with his little chutzpah to try and maybe match his brethren's earlier remarks. So that's what this professor said, and it was only recently, it was in September I think he said it. I didn't click on the link to what he actually said, but you don't need to click on the link. You don't need to know exactly what he said. He said that it's a good thing that we're getting flooded, and he said it's a good thing for Jews in general, you see. Now this is an interesting one, because sometimes I hear, and a lot of us do hear, and a lot of people who aren't even in the nationalist will hear, oh, you know, we don't like Islam. This is the Jews that say this. We don't like Islam because they, you know, they are hating us. You know, they don't like us, and it's written into some of their works that they don't like us. And this is true. This is true. There is an animosity between the Jew and the Arab, between the Jew and Islam, between Judaism and Islam. But it's not always as clear cut as this. Jews and Islam do get on as well. Paradoxically as that may sound, they do get on. And this is what that Professor Yehudi was perhaps referencing when he mentioned it, because Islam is the junior of the triple Abrahamic religion group, if you will. Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Judaism has the seniority, Christianity next down the line, and then Islam. Yet Islam and Judaism, they do make for strange bedfellows, but they do not necessarily hate each other as much as you think. What do I mean by this? Take Israel. You will find the classic butting heads. They don't get on, waging war on each other in their various ways. You know, one does the asymmetrical warfare, the other does more of a symmetrical warfare to an extent. However, away from Israel, coming into Europe, it's not so much like that. Yes, there is. You do get the whole bickering, and you do get violence against the Jews by Islam, but at the higher levels, at the intelligentsia levels, the scholars, the rabbis, the imams, they're not always bashing each other. They can actually sometimes be uniting. They can be a meeting of minds, you know, much more so than a Judaism and Christianity. Yes, there is some crossover. You know, occasionally you'll get a Jew that converts to Christianity, and less and more rare is a Christian who converts to Judaism, but it does happen. But this is minor compared to the. It's like they've got a synergy or something along to this effect with the Islam especially with Orthodox. And this Professor Yehudi, I'm led to believe he's an Orthodox Jew, so they're even more ultra conservative. And Islam at its higher levels, that's ultra conservative as well. Christianity at its higher levels isn't so ultra conservative. For every Bishop Williamson, who is what you call a very conservative, very old school Catholic bishop, you know, there's probably 1,000 cultural Marxist priests, liberal-minded priests, progressive priests, and all this kind of thing. Not so when it comes to Islam or Judaism. You do not get this. Not in the Orthodox circles. You might get it in the Reform, hardly at all in the Conservative, and so on. But you know, so this is the issue you've got to understand when it's when you hear this nation-wrecking talk that this professor's just made. This is nation-wrecking talk to say this kind of thing, you know. And it's interesting that he doesn't seem to face any heat for it, you know, apart from folks like in the alt-right or the nationalist scenes. The people in the you know, elsewhere in the mainstream circles, you know, they couldn't really give a crap, or they don't dare say anything, you know. So what you got to take away from it is the understanding of the side-by-side nature of Islam and Judaism. Yeah, there is some of this, but there's also some side-by-side crossing the aisle exchanges that go on. And if you want to take it to its to a dark outcome that it could be, you know, they could ally completely and basically ally completely against us as Christians, as Europeans. You know, this is what could be interpreted from his words. Hopefully not, but could be. So that's my little response to the nation-wrecking talk of Professor Yehudi. I'll include the link to what he said and what he meant. I did make a note of it on my laptop. I actually pasted the relevant article into my notepad, and I've got it on the screen, but I haven't got my laptop to hand, unfortunately. So that's just my remark on that, men. Hope everything's well with you. And one more thing. I think somebody made a donation to me, so I don't know who that is. It was anonymous. All I can say is I went to my bank account for a withdrawal about a few days ago, and lo and behold, there was some extra money in there, and I'm thanks very much for that. It's much appreciated. I don't like asking for donations. I do include a box in the description below for such a thing, but I don't really want to put a video out saying please donate, please donate, please donate. It just doesn't really it galls me enough that I've got to put a donations box down there, but times are what times are. So thanks for that, folks, and as always, Europa Infinitus.